Hi there, it's Lerald, and 'tis the season for Warcraft news, I guess, because for the second day in a row, Blizzard has dropped a wonderful but unexpected big news update for what's coming in the future of WoW. Today we got the World of Warcraft in 2024, the Road Ahead Road Map. This was posted, I don't know, a handful of hours ago, and we're just gonna jump right into taking a look at it. First off, there is some classic news for those who enjoy classic. This is great. I will say that from afar, I'm very happy for and even a little jealous of the people who are enjoying Season of Discovery. It really does seem like they're having a lot of fun. And there is so much stuff in that Season of Discovery game mode that I really want to filter back into retail WoW. We're talking tanking shaman, tanking warlocks, healing mages, that kind of thing. I think that's very creative and interesting. And boy, I really would like to see that kind of thing come back into retail WoW. Also, World of Warcraft, Cata, both of us on the channel played an insane amount of Cataclysm, and there is something appealing about going back, and even if it's just being a tourist, I think it'll be fun to take a poke around WoW Cata Classic. So with that being said, let's take a look at the War Within and the Retail WoW 2024 roadmap. There's some things in here that are exactly what we expected, exactly what we predicted, and some stuff that's really surprising. So let's start with what we expected and predicted. Very shortly after BlizzCon, I put out a little video with a big old spreadsheet here where I talked about expansion timelines all the way from World of Warcraft up to my guesses on War Within, Midnight, and Last Titan, and this seems like it's lining up right on schedule. Now, one thing I did get wrong was I just guessed that they would announce the War Within beta. I didn't think they would split the alpha and beta into two separate newsworthy dates, and obviously that's a miss on my part, but that being said, I think I got the date right. We're talking early spring for the alpha and then late spring to early summer for the beta. So March being about as early as you can get in spring, I think that is pretty much when I expected the beta to be launching, and then that is when the alpha is going to launch, and then the beta, the second phase of the expansion testing, will be coming right at the end of spring, beginning of summer, May, June. Happy birthday to all the cool people who were born around the right time of year to be born. So with that being said, we also have the patch cadence, which we expected patch 10.2.5 to be right at the beginning of January. Like, they come back from the holiday break and then they're right back to work getting that patch out. January 9th seems pretty reasonable. And we don't have an exact release date on that. Maybe it'll be off by a week, but it's pretty reasonable to assume that second or third week of January, we're getting patch 2.2.5, which has a ton of stuff in it. It has all the storyline stuff wrapping up the Dragonflight saga. It has a storyline quest with the Reclamation of Gilneas, which is one of my absolute favorite zones in WoW aesthetically, and so it's nice to see a bit of story coming back to that area that looks great and has been dead basically since Cataclysm. Worldwide dragon riding, this is literally going to change WoW forever. To do the clickbait thing, that's what you put in your thumbnail, right? WoW is being changed forever, and then it's just dragon riding everywhere, but dragon riding everywhere is pretty cool. Follower dungeons, again, changing WoW forever, clickbait, but this is something that I think they've taken from some other MMOs, Final Fantasy, where you can do normal dungeons with a group of NPCs who will tank or DPS or whatever for you, and let people who are less experienced figure out what they're doing and not be rushed by other people, which is definitely nice, definitely good for everyone to have the ability to play the game at their own pace. The Azerothian Archives is some sort of lore database being put into the game, and then the Outland Cup, that's really for people like me who want to dragon ride everywhere. It's a dragon riding racing competition in Outland, so they are clearly very committed to doing this whole dragon riding racing thing everywhere, and I can't wait. I can't wait to race around Outland and Northrend and the Cata zones and Pandaria. Why not? Then we have our first little unexpected thing, this patch 10.2.6 with a skull and crossbones, a Jolly Roger. So that would indicate pirates. It's frayed at the bottom. It's all black and white. There's no indication of what 10.2.6 with a skull and crossbones means, just pirates. So we've seen a lot of different types of pirates in WoW over the years, human pirates and Tauren pirates and panda pirates? Ghost pirates? Who knows? But this is very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to getting more news about this. This is the #1 most interesting thing on the list here. Then there's an indication that we're going to get Season 4, which I had guessed at with this patch 10.2.7a as sometime in May, and then that would last about 16 weeks, and that would be the end of the expansion. We'd get the next expansion coming around in September. It seems like that's maybe not quite right. I think we're going to get this probably in April now, just based on the look of how they've kind of layered this roadmap out. No, it might come in May. Either way, it'll be kind of right in the middle of spring. We're going to get Season 4, and it doesn't really seem to be lining up with either of these patches, 10.2.6 or 10.2.7. It might be like a 10.2.6.5 when we get Season 4. But it does look like it's just going to be Dragonflight raids revisited, so that'll be pretty fun to go back and do them. They're not calling it faded raids, so maybe there'll be a bit of different flavor to it. But that brings a lot of interesting possibilities. The idea that you could get like some of the older tier sets that might be thematically or functionally stronger, but were phased out due to being lower item level. Some of the Vault of the Incarnates tier sets that were pretty good and then could be used in that Mythic Plus season or in doing all those raids. Pretty appealing, I have to say. Definitely looking forward to being able to kind of go pick up some of the better, stronger gear and then use it in all of the content and not be constrained by it having a lower item level. New PvP season, new Mythic Plus season, higher World Quest rewards. All the stuff we would expect. Now, one thing we don't know for sure is what dungeons are going to be in that Mythic Plus season. My guess, I think the reasonable guess, probably a video in this, is just that it's going to be the Dragonflight dungeons again. It'll be a 10 dungeon season, the original 8, and then the 2 halves of Dawn of the Infinites, upper and lower. Then we move on to patch 10.2.7, which is coming in late spring, so we're thinking May here, which is why I would say probably April for Season 4, like early mid-April, and then mid-May for patch 10.2.7. And we have another surprising thing here, time running Pandemonium. Now, obviously this is a play on words. It is time for a time walking raid in Mists of Pandaria. Presumably that's going to be Siege of Orgrimmar, but time running is different from time walking, obviously. We don't really know what this means. Maybe they're going to have some sort of competitive time walking game mode, like maybe the return of challenge modes. That would be pretty awesome. So I'm very excited about this. I love pandas. They're very goofy, and I'm definitely all in on whatever silly stuff they want to throw at us with time running and Pandemonium. Then we're going to get the Harbinger quests, which are going to set up the War Within. These are going to be about Xalatath, the Shadow Priest dagger girlfriend that now is, I guess, the new main villain or character or something in the next couple of WoW expansions. We're also getting Heritage armor, Troll and Draenei, which means Mists of Pandaria, Pandaren armor. There has to be Heritage armor for pandas at some point. It has to happen. They're going to be the absolute last on the list to get Heritage armor, but eventually it will come. Maybe by 2025. We're also getting a new holiday event. Don't really know what that means. I don't know what holiday happens in early June. Maybe it's a celebration of my existence, a birthday event just for me. Then we get the War Within pre-patch as its own separate event in early summer, which is surprising. I'm guessing this will probably be in like July, maybe midsummer, because we're getting that War Within beta probably around May or June, and then we're getting the War Within pre-patch sometime in summer, talking, let's say July probably, and then we get the War Within expansion release we know is slated for autumn, but as we can see here, this is structured to be pretty early autumn. So if we go back to our timeline here, autumn for the US starts in September, and my expectation is that it'll be pretty much right in the middle of September. I think I pretty much nailed it. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And it has all the stuff we expect from the expansion: campaign, delves, hero talents, new allied race, raids, dungeons, zones, blah, blah, blah. And then we have the announced content update for autumn, which would be 8 weeks after that. So if the expansion lands in September, 2 months later would be November. You're getting 11.0.5, and that's pretty cool. They really are sticking to their guns and sticking to this strategy of every 8 weeks there's something new in Warcraft. At least every 8 weeks there's something new to do, something new to explore, something new for players, never letting them have any dry spells. And you'll love to see it. So if 2023 was good for you or bad for you, it's good to know that 2024 is definitely going to be good. It's going to be better, and I think that's pretty great. I'm very excited. I don't think I really have anything else to say. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.